We're doing, where's my glasses? 3.5. And like I said, this is going to be a little bit different, significantly different. Instead of like 5 or 6 pages of notes, we're going to have less than that.
And how much less?
A lot less. Okay. %, change in error. Yep. And we're only doing part of % change. And that's going to be okay. I explained that to you. It's going to be A-okay. Keith, if you can't see way back there, you can come back to your old desk. All right, % change. Where's my other notes? Those of you that had me last year will remember this. You should. Those of you that didn't, this is not difficult. It really isn't. There's a formula. And the formula, you need to know this so you can recognize it, is amount of change all over original amount times 100%. Okay, so write that down. To find the % change, you need the amount of change over the original amount times 100%. Make sure you write that down nice and neat.
Wouldn't it just be times 1 then?
Hold on. That's the actual formula. Once you have this down, I'm going to show you Mrs. Rogers' formula. Does everyone have it?
Yeah.
Valeria, do you have it?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all ready? I'll put 2 stars here. Basically, this is my formula and other people's. If you want to fix that mess, here's what you really need to do. Change over original then turn to %. That's all you really need to memorize. Don't memorize all that mess up there. Don't, like Keith. No offense to you, seriously. But yesterday, because you missed the one class, you were smart enough to look at the examples in the book and just went by those. You're doing all that multiplying and this and that, right? When instead, all he had to do was move a decimal. And that's way easier than sitting there and doing a bunch of other math. Change, divided by original, and then turn your answer into a %. That's all you have to remember. How do we change to a %? That's right. Move the decimal to the right 2 places.
So you would get a, when you get, if you're doing a fraction, you get another fraction.
There's no fraction because you're actually dividing. For example, turn to page 117. We're going to do an example that's in your book. So example 1, page 117. Morgan, is this what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Example 1, page 117. Is everyone there? Okay, Morgan, read example 1 for me.
A baker decided
to raise the price of a loaf of the specialty bread from $3 to $4.
Okay, so wait. Real world stuff. He's changing his prices from $3 to $4, right? Okay, continue.
This new price resulted in a large drop in sales, so he reduced the price back to $3.
Okay, so he got a little greedy. Thought, my sales are going good. I may make a little extra money, so I'm going to increase the price. That's real world. People do it all the time. All of a sudden, there's a drop in sales. That extra dollar, people are like, yeah, I don't think so. We're not going to buy your specialty bread once a week, maybe once a month now. And so he had a drop of sales. He got smart and went back to the original price. Keep reading.
Determine both the percent increase and the percent decrease in the price of bread during these changes.
Okay, we're going to start with just increase. Now, remember your formulas. Change over original. All right, he went from $3 to $4. Did he increase or decrease here?
Increase.
That's right. How much did he increase it by?
$1.
So it's an increase of $1. You know what that is?
100 cents.
No.
100%.
It's your change. When they say change, they're not talking about coins. They're like, what was the change there? It went from 3 to 4. The change is $1. Okay? So, let's do our formula. Our formula is change over original times, well, I don't like saying that, times 100%, but we're just going to change it to a decimal. So what is our change?
$1.
What's our, that's right, it's $1. So $1 goes on top of this fraction, right? First of all, does everyone see why the change is $1?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you'd say 4 minus 3, you get $1, right? Okay. What was the original price? So $3 goes on the bottom. So your change of $1 goes there. The original was $3. Now, anyone with a calculator, please. Well, it's also, is it in your book? No. What do you get from 1 divided by 3, Morgan?
33%.
No, what do you get if you divide 1 divided by 3? 0.3333, repeating, right? But up here, you know where it says times 100%? But I said, Miss Rogers says change over original, then turn to percent. Don't be doing all that multiplication. Just move the decimal 2 places, and you end up getting, there's my wavy lines, 33%. Don't forget, see, I'll pull a star here. Change to percent, exclamation marks. So you have to move that decimal 2 places to the right to change to percent. So that's what we're doing today. That right there. Find out your change, put it on top, find out your original. It may not always be the first number, so you may actually have to read. Sit up, Valeria. I'm recording me saying, sitting up, sit up. That goes on there. You divide, change to percent. Any questions? All right, second part of that question said, determine both the percent increase. This was the percent increase, right? Because he increased it, right? He increased it from $3 to $4. But then he went back down to $3. So now the second part is the percent decrease. Guess what? It's done the same way. percent decrease, it's still change over original. Valeria, once you have this written down, I have a question for you. Remember when he decided to decrease the price? What did he start off with? Okay, but that's when he increased. He went from $3 to $4, right? Okay, so when he decided to decrease, what did he go from? Okay, remember he decreased it. It wasn't working out for him, so he went back down to another price, right? What did he start off with? Okay, so then he increased it, right? But I'm talking about when he decreased. When he went down, what did he start with? When he decreased it. Do you remember? Yes, $4. So he was at $4. It wasn't working well for him. He went from $4 to what, Valeria? $3. That's right. So, no, we're doing change over original. So this time, Valeria, what was the original? That's right. Y'all see that? She's correct. So when he increased the price of his bread to $4, it wasn't working out. So then he decided to go back down. So this time he went from $4 to $3 because we're decreasing. This time the original is not 3 because we're starting at 4 and going down. So it's 4. So 4 minus 3 is what? Anyone? Yes, 1. So this time do 1 divided by 4. $1 divided by $4. Anyone? Chat? 0.25. Now, Valeria, do I leave it in that decimal? What do I need to do? Very good. So we're changing it to percent. We move the decimal 2 places to the right. And this time, the change is 25%. Notice, when he increased, it's a 33% increase. Decreasing was different. Even though the change was 1 on both, the original was different. And so the decrease was a little bit different. Yes, Miranda? Why wouldn't we do this? You'd get the same as that. It's a lot easier just instead of multiplying by that to just move the decimal over. That's in the original formula, right? But I said basically just do change over original and then just turn it to a percent. It doesn't affect it at all. You get the same answer. Less work. Make sense?
Should I say times 100, not 1%?
I mean, that's fine. Same thing. Formula is, you've got to know that formula, but really, it doesn't matter. Just move the decimal. All right, y'all got all this? See, that's why we're skipping that other part, because y'all going to nitpick everything. All right, now look at example 2. Page 118, no, 17, page 17. Example 2, page 117. All right, let's see. Chat, you want to read that?
Can. Last year, 1,056 people voted in the city election. This year, only 912 voted. Find the percent decrease to the nearest 10% in votes cast.
Okay, they're asking for the decrease. They're looking for the decrease. But really, it doesn't matter. Because what you need to find is the percent change on this. Okay, so let's get started. Remember, our formula is change over original, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's set this up. Chat. It says last year, 1,056 people voted in the city election. Sounds like our current election. Actually, I think it's reversed. I think more are going to be voting this year. This year, only 912 voted. All right, so how would I set up my change? Bingo, we're going to subtract. That's going to get us, 912. That's going to get us our change up there. What's the original number? There we go. Basically, you're always subtracting the 2 on top. And you're not going to ever get a negative. All right, so 1,056 minus 912 is 144. Now, use your calculator. So what do you get? 144 divided by 1,056. Raise your hand. Miranda? Keep going. 1, 3, 6, 3. In there? All right. Now, what do we need to do, Miranda? How do I do that? Very good. So then I have a 13. Oh, yeah. Well, 0.6. I mean, you can round it percent. If you want to round it to a whole number, 14%. I will choose either one as correct. I don't care. Unless it tells you otherwise.
Which it did.
Did it?
Yes. To the nearest tenth of a percent.
Okay, well then this would be it. Because this is your 10th place, you would look at the 3, it's less than 5, so then that stays there. If you guys put it at 14, you know how to round. I'm happy. You know how to solve the problem. I'm not going to be stickler on that. Any questions about that? All right, it is time to do examples from your actual work. The other stuff, I'm not going to address right now. So go ahead and turn to page 119. We're going to do full-blown examples.
Yeah, let's do some examples.
So we're going to look at number 1 first. These aren't even word problems, so this shouldn't be too difficult. Number 1 says find the percent change from 80 to 100. They're asking for the percent change. Valeria, I'm going to pick on you again.
Yeah.
What's the formula?
Change over original. Mention for business.
Okay, so let's start with change over original. So, how do I find my change? How do I find my change?
The original goes in the bottom.
Okay, the original goes on the bottom. But how do I find my actual change?
Divided by 309.
Okay, so what do I put up here? We went from 80 to 100. No. Let's see. Keith. Huh?
What'd you say?
How do I find my change?
You you have to it's just 100 because it says 20.
We went from 80 to 100.
The change is 20.
Thank you. How did you come up with that?
You just subtract.
You subtract. 100 minus 80 is 20. So now, do 20 divided by 80, Valeria. Do you have a calculator? Do what? Okay. Let's see. Franz, what'd you get?
20 divided by 80.
Is not 4. 80 divided by 20 is, but 20 divided by 80. Miranda, what'd you get?
1, 2, 5, 0.
All right. So now what do I need to do, Valeria? How do I do that? How many places?
2.
So I get 25%. Valeria, bring me your phone.
Huh?
Bring me the phone.
It's turned off.
Bring me the phone. Thank you. All right. Number 3. This time it's from 60 to 450. Sophia, what's the formula? All right, so how do I find my change? Sophia? That's right. And what's my original? That's right. So what's, Sophia, what's 450 minus 60? So then 390 divided by 60. Sophia, when you write that down, you figure it up, you let me know.
6.5.
And now what do I do?
22%.
How? And we add a 0 right there. So what's your answer? Bingo. Any questions about this? Look down at section B. Does everyone have this down?
What's the fine mean?
Told y'all that's the part that we're going to be skipping right now. Sophia, do you have all this down? Okay. Got it? All right. Look at 15. Just going to do a couple of these. I'm setting you free. This time they give you the original amount and they give you the change. What they're asking for is like new amount and percent change. So this time they give it to you. So if it's change over original, Franz, what is the change? Bless you.
The change is add 15.
So what's change? Just what?
0
No, what's the change? They said add 15, but so it's just 15. So what's the original?
68. Why would you do plus for 68?
You'll see in just a minute. So, Franz, what's 15 divided by 68?
15.
Oh, you don't have your calculator? Someone that has their
I have
calculator.
my calculator.
You don't have it out. Chat, what'd you get?
With the decimal and whole thing.
Yeah.
0.2205882.
See, I don't see that.
Huh? Now after this, 2 what?
0588235.
Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so Franz, what do you need to do with this?
Like
No. What do you need to do?
15.
Okay, we have the decimal. So what do we need to do now?
Find the new amount.
Who can help him? Chat.
You round, or you change it to percent then round.
Change it to percent. So we move the decimal 2 places. We get 22.05%. But in the directions, it does say round to the nearest tenth. This is my 10th place. I look to the right. Franz, what does 0 become? Is it stay 0 or does it become something else?
1.
1, because 5 is 5 or greater. So 22.1% is your first answer for percent change. I'm going to call it PC. Now, the new amount. To find new amount, y'all ready for this? You take the original amount, which was 68, and you add 15. What do you get, Franz?
83.
There's your new amount.
That's awesome.
That's what the add 15 means. It's the change, but it's also telling you how to find the new amount. Yep. Let's do one more, and then I'm setting you free.
Do one without the original amount done.
Ooh, that's a good one. Then I might have to do 2. All right, 17. Does everyone have 15? Valeria, do you want to go to the bathroom real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, you can come back and copy this in, okay?
Okay.
All right, 17. This time, they did not give us the original. What did they give us?
Change. The change and the new amount.
And the new amount, right?
Yes.
So we don't know what the original is. But we do know the new amount. So let's look right here. New amount. The new amount is 135. They are adding 120 to the original amount. So what do you think the original amount is? Anyone want to kind of figure besides chat? Morgan?
115.
How did you know that?
Because I subtracted 20.
Because if you subtract the change from the new amount, you get 115. So that is your original. If you go back and look, so that's one answer. If you go back and look, if you take 115, add 20, you get 135. So now we can go back over here and plug it in. So 20 divided by 115. Keith, what'd you get?
Wait, 173.
739. Okay, now what do I do, Keith? How do I do it? And I get 17.39%. but I have to round it to the nearest tenth. So I look to the right. That's 9. So Keith, what do I get?
72.4%.
Very good. Now, if they say subtract 40, then instead of adding like 15 here, you're going to subtract, right? Right?
What?
If, look at number 19. They didn't say that there. Let's look at number 16. See how the change is subtract 40? You're just going to, instead of adding 15, you're going to be subtracting, right? You understand that? Yes, no?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to let y'all go.
What about
21, let's look at 21. I like that. So this time they have the original. Remember, change of original. So the original amount is 274. We don't know what the change is. All we know is the percent increase. So whatever that is going to equal 53%, right? Anyone want to gather what I could do? Morgan?
Change the percent to a decimal and multiply.
Change the percent to a decimal, but we don't know what this is. Hey, by the way, what could I call this new up here? Yep. So now I have x divided by 274 equals 0.53. And, intruder alert, boys and girls, we can multiply both sides by 274. These cancel out. I'm left with x equals, anyone know it yet?
145.22.
You can let's just keep it 145. So that 145 is what? That's x. So that, very good. That's why I'm asking. That's your change.
How is that your change?
See, change over original? Change goes right there. So now all we need to know is the new amount. How do we figure that out? Franz?
145 divided by 274. Right?
I don't know about that.
274 divided by 145. There's no dividing.
There's no dividing. Morgan, what'd you do?
Add 145 plus 274 because it says 53% increase.
Okay. That's right. Because in there it says 53% increase. So so you know you're adding. So 274 plus 145, what do you get?
419.
That's your new amount.
I have a question.
Well, let me get y'all started and then you can ask because I need y'all to get started on this. 119, and all you're doing is numbers 2, 4, and then 16 through 22 even.
For everyone.
Everyone. Y'all have a quiz tomorrow, don't forget.
But tomorrow is the PSAT.
I know, it's in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
And it's not over today's work, it's over yesterday's and Fridays. Yes. Yes?
Wouldn't finding the new amount be the same as the 5 through 10?
No. Blair, come get this. All right, get started.
$5.